and welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video, we'd like to talk about ATEEZ's crazy form, focusing on a little breakdown of the trailer, the video, and the outro to see how they're connected to the diary and the story so far. Now, in this brand new chapter of the story, we catch up with ATEEZ still stuck in World Z as they continue their fight against the government. Like in Bouncy, however, this time the video doesn't really follow the diary as closely as previous installments. It kind of adapts the plot to the message conveyed in crazy form, but despite of that, beware of some spoilers because there are still a lot of references that we need to unpack. Now, Crazy Form is a song also co-written by Hyunjung and Mingi. The title of the song refers to the individuality that each person has and should be free to express. Like the captain explained, in fact, every person has their own form. Whether we're talking about appearance, personality, or any other quality that makes us unique, the point of Crazy Form is to express the idea that everyone is worthy of respect no matter the form they have. Because of that, ATEEZ wish to help building a society that is more accepting and inclusive. By showcasing their own crazy form, they want to encourage people to take pride in their own form, while also accepting others whose form might be different from their own. As Hyunjung explained, this is the type of society they wish to live in, because in such an accepting society, everybody's lives would be much better. Now, keeping this in mind, it's easy to see how Crazy Form fits the storyline as a whole. In the diary, ATEEZ are in World Z, a parallel reality where they're working with the Black Pirates to bring down a regime that banned individuality, art, and emotions. The goal of their resistance is to free the population and wake them up using singing and dancing, and sure enough, the video portrays the members putting on a huge performance to spite the government and wake people up. Like in reality, ATEEZ want to contribute in building a world where everybody's crazy form is accepted and appreciated. In the story, they're trying to do the same thing. They want to set people free and give them the choice to do and be whatever they want, but so far the battle has been very difficult. Like in Bouncy, for instance, the resistance attacked the Prestige Academy to save the brother of this boy we saw back in Guerrilla. The operation was successful. They managed to destroy the academy, but in the new diary we discovered that the school was immediately rebuilt and remodeled in the form of a panopticon. The panopticon is a circular structure that is designed to be quote-unquote a perfect prison. This means that at this point the government is going mask off. They're not even hiding their intentions anymore, and in the video we see ATEEZ inside of this panopticon as they continue their fight for freedom. In the trailer we also see that Hyunjung has a little interaction with a female student inside of this structure. As they're left alone, the captain reaches out to her, but the girl refuses to take his hand and walks away. Before doing so, however, the student gives him a subtle smile, which tells us that number one, she has emotions, and number two, she's trying to hide them so she doesn't get caught. In the video, we see that Hyunjung is very pleased because he knows exactly what she's doing. In the diary, this female character is the leader of Thunder, which is an elite group of students which is essentially tasked by the government to snitch on other students that might have regained their emotions. Little does the government know is that the members of Thunder are all awoken. They are an independent group of rebels that wants to bring down the regime, and in the videos we first met them back in Al-Azia. They were the ones overlooking the situation from afar and the ones leading Sungwa to find the bracelet. As it turns out, in fact, the leader of Thunder is also this world's version of the girl that Sungwa saw in the parking lot back in the diary film. Like ATEEZ come from World A, and their double in World Z are the Black Pirates. In World A we have the girl in the parking lot, whilst double in World Z is the leader of Thunder. In the diary, ATEEZ, the Black Pirates and Thunder start working together on a mission that leads them to the disposal site. This is a location that is also referenced in the video, where rebels and Awoken get literally disposed of in a very gruesome way. In Crazy Form, this part of the story is only hinted at. We see the members performing in front of the site, Mingi wearing the black fedora to let us know that the Black Pirates are still involved, but all in all, the events that we see on screen are very different in comparison to the diary. As Hyunjung himself explained, in TMV the goal of the resistance is to make the pirate ship float. That is a hologram that is supposed to shine all over the city, and while the captain didn't really explain the purpose of this mission, it's likely that they want to activate the pirate ship to send a message to the government and possibly wake up as many people as possible. Either way, in the video the members divide into different units, each of which have a specific task. Woo-Young and Yuno, for instance, are the engineers. They are in charge of creating the device that will later be used to project the hologram of the pirate ship. Jung and Mingi, on the other hand, are the spies. We see them infiltrating the private lounge of the Z generals, and as they play cards with them, their job is to gather intel about the regime. In the video, we see that after the generals spilled the info they wanted, Django reveals his true identity by showing them an ace card. The symbol on the card is the anarchy symbol that ATEEZ have been using as the resistance of this world, so as soon as the generals see that, they understand the reality of the situation. While Django gets rid of them, Sungwa and Sun are in another location acting as a diversion. Their role is to be the musicians. They sing and dance to attract the population, but also to bait the guardians to pay attention to them instead of the others. As they perform, in fact, not only Jungkook and Mingi are taking care of the generals, but Hyunjung and Yeosang play the role of the hooligans. They are those in charge of putting up posters, spray painting messages of freedom, ruffle the feathers of the law enforcement, and in the video we see them doing exactly that. As the captain works hard to piss the guardians off, he ends up getting arrested, but we see that even that is intentional. When he's about to be taken away, in fact, Hyunjung places on the car a device built by the engineers. This is the hologram projector they were working on back at the base, and as soon as the captain places it, Woo-young activates it from a distance and the pirate ship starts floating. The appearance of the ship is portrayed as a shockwave that goes through the entire city, so the mission is successful. The hooligans were able to escape, the spies got rid of the generals, the musicians' distraction worked, and so did the engineering of the engineers. Right at the end, however, we see the chromer smashed on the floor and the bluebird flying away with a red object in its mouth. In the outro, we discover that the object is a cube which the bird ends up delivering to the base. At first glance, this device kinda looks like the cube that also appeared back in Dreamers, but to be honest, I don't think that that's the same thing. The other cube was a breaker, a device that the resistance used to destroy the chips used for mind control. If anything, it also looks like this thing that we saw next to the chromer back in Illusion, but the red one seems to contain something inside, which might also be connected to what we'll see in the unit songs referenced on the map. Hyunjung already confirmed that the final scene of the video is a spoiler for what's coming next, and besides the chromer, the bird, and the cube, another important clue is actually the moon. As Sun's back reminded us at Mama, in fact, in ATEEZ's lore, the moon is actually a very important symbol because depending on the phases of the moon, the chromer can work in different ways. At the beginning of the video, we see that the moon is a crescent, which is also the title of two different tracks from ATEEZ. When people use the chromer during a crescent moon, the device is able to deliver messages through dreams, which is essentially what we saw both in Illusion and the Diary film. In Crazy Form, the video begins with a crescent, so it's possible that ATEEZ's goal here was to deliver their message of freedom while using the help of the chromer. Later on, however, the moon changes and becomes full, and when the chromer is used during a full moon, people are able to travel between dimensions. This could be a hint that ATEEZ might be going back to World A and leave World Z, which might also explain why in the outro the members are nowhere to be found. On top of that, ATEEZ already said that the unit songs belong to the World A of their concept, so all clues so far hint at the idea that for now we might be leaving World Z. Problem is that at the end we see that the chromer is broken, and this could be a clue that they won't be able to go back. In the lore, the chromer is a Mayan relic that is quite unique. As far as we know, there is only one per dimension, and if in Deja Vu they broke the one from World Z, now they broke the one from World A. The fact that at the end we see a blood moon, however, can also be a game changer, because so far we don't know what happens if the chromer is used when the moon is red. It's possible that using the chromer with a blood moon unlocks a whole new function that we never saw before, and we still have to discover what the red cube has to do with all of that. Since the revolution in World Z is still ongoing, I think it's fair to say that even if they leave, they'll still find a way to go back, but to understand how, for now we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, however, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please think about liking and subscribing. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.